meeting to order, roll call.
Denham.
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Glancy.
Yes.
Alba Swats.
Yes.
Malort.
Yes.
All right, I declare we have a quorum. Number 2, discussion possible action to approve the minutes of November 4th, 2021, regular meeting.
We'll move for approval.
I have a motion.
I'll second.
Got a second? Any discussion? No discussion, call for a vote.
Denham.
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Glancy.
Yes.
Alba Swats.
Yes.
Malort.
Yes.
All right. Now we're going to drop down to public hearing number 5. Don't worry, we'll get to you, Chase. Is number 5 public hearing. Can I get a motion for us to enter into public hearing, please?
So move.
Got a motion? Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second. All right, any discussion? Call for roll call.
Denham.
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Glancy.
Yes.
Alba Swats.
Yes.
Malort.
Yes.
Okay. Applicant Danny Fields from Wallace Design Collective and property owner
I think we
TLD
have Nicole Watts.
Homes Incorporated submitted a final plat for Roosevelt Crossing subdivision in the city of Pryor. See attached legals.
The applicant is here this evening. I'll just make a quick statement regarding that. This is the final plat. You have seen the preliminary plat. Detailed plans have been submitted, reviewed, and approved. The applicant is here to finalize their plat and take this on to council. So unless there's someone here that wants to voice opposition or whatever, we can exit the public hearing and move to the next phase.
All right, going once. Anyone want to say anything in public hearing? Going twice. Sold, all right. Can I get a motion to exit public hearing?
So move.
All right, got a motion, got a second?
Second.
All right, got a second. Call for vote.
Denham.
Yes?
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Glancy.
Yes.
Alba Swats.
Yes.
Malort.
Yes.
All right, item number 6, discuss possible recommend council action to accept the final plat for Roosevelt Crossing subdivision as listed in the attached legal, waive the reading for the applicant Danny Fields, Wallace Design Collective, and property owner TLD Homes Incorporated.
Again, as we have indicated, this is the final plat. This is for signatures. We have reviewed the detailed plans. There was some questions early on about drainage, as you remember from the surrounding neighbors. We have addressed drainage to the best of our ability to minimize impact on existing systems. The detailed plans currently, as reviewed and approved, do indicate discharge of water out onto Elliott Street, but we have tried to minimize that by spreading it out over several locations. The streets are up to city standards. The water and sewer are up to City of Pryor standards as well as ODEQ requirements. MUB has reviewed and is on board with the electric and gas improvements proposed. Grading is good. They've got good drainage on the site. Our recommendation as staff is to approve the final plat and allow the chairman to sign the plat and move this forward into the next phase.
Okay.
Who did the study for the kind of the topology and the water effect and all that? Y'all didn't do that through infrastructure,
We
correct?
did not do that.
You took a
Wallace
study.
Engineering did that. What we did do is we took the output from Wallace's detention pond onto Elliott and put that into our model that we have done for Salt Branch tributary and indicated, we already know that there's problems with Salt Branch. We're taking care of those as best we can in the phased operation. The impacts on the Wallace, the impact from this Roosevelt crossing is minimal on that. It does not increase the runoff. It does we still have problems, I guess is what I'm going to say on the Salt Branch tributary, but it's not as a result of their activity.
So what I'm hearing is, you just told me is the conditions as they exist today haven't been remedied as far as flooding, but this will not burden the system even further with this, the retention ponds, and this should allow us to continue as we were if nothing was done there today.
That's correct.
Okay.
All that the applicant is required to do is to not increase the runoff from the property in its undeveloped state. And so, currently, the property is, the difference between today's the way it operates today and the way it will eventually is that currently the property runs a sheet flow off of the pasture over the sidewalk and onto North Elliott Street.
Right.
So the impact in the gutter at any one point is not that great. When you concentrate the flow in a street system like they're doing here, and then you put it into a detention pond, the amount of outflow that you're putting from the detention pond may be the same as what would come off of the site. But in the normal operation, when you'd have one pipe that comes out at that location, so you've got a concentrated flow. It may be the same amount of water that they would see over the entire frontage along North Elliott, but it would be coming out in one location. So to minimize that impact, so we didn't have a pipe pushing water out into the street, halfway out into the street, we asked the developer, and they provided a manifold system where they've got multiple pipes coming out of the detention pond at two different locations, one at the north end of the pond and one at the south end of the pond, so that we're not at any one spot producing a major impact on the flow. But the amount of the runoff is the same as it would be if it were pasture.
So is it possible it could even be mitigated where it's less due to this, since we're retaining some water off of that site?
Well, I don't know that I can say that officially. It's possible, but all of the water is being directed to the detention pond, which is not the case currently as a pasture. Probably 80% of the property goes to North Elliott Street, and then maybe 20% in the upper northeast corner goes around the back of that property, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, and onto the subdivision to the north. That will no longer happen. So that water goes over to the detention pond and is being held there. So the net outflow from this property will be the same. So if anything, we probably reduce the impact on the drainage swale that runs across I say we, I should say the developer is reducing the water going across the back of that property.
Anybody else got anything? Comments, questions, concerns? If there is none, anyone have a motion?
Move for approval.
Have a motion for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a second? Any further discussion? No further discussion. Call for a vote.
And this is to recommend to council.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It said
So
recommend.
the
To
motion,
allow the chairman to
Sorry.
sign the plat and to recommend it.
the motion, I'm sorry, I was reading out while you were motioning.
Yes, let's
Okay,
put that in there.
and who seconded? Okay. Denham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Alves Watts,
Yes.
Malure.
Yes.
All right, motion passes.
And if we've got a minute or two, I'd like to sign, where I need to sign, you can let the chairman sign, then I need to bug out if you'll allow me to go to another meeting. She's
We
got a
have,
pen.
we have a
got a
pen,
pen.
Nicole.
Oh,
We
I
have
got
a
the special
marker.
pen. She gave it to me.
I did, I said, here, use this.
You can sign Mylars, right, with that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's right.
Oh, you need to sign, each place you'll need to sign as the chairman here. And then I'll just flip the page for you.
That's an
You wanna
important
get down
signature there.
I just want
there? That's gonna get on a flat spot.
yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Now, just one page, probably two pages. That should be a paper copy.
Do I need to do that one?
No, that's just, I'll have to sign that one.
or- Okay, you're good.
Sorry to have to hold up the meeting to do this.
Best time to do it's right here.
You've got all your signatures right, from the owner.
Yeah, I mean,
So we'll take this and keep it for the.
can I bring it back? No, I'm meeting Brian afterwards.
Okay, no problem. So you just bring it back so that.
Yep, I'll bring it back Tuesday. Everybody's so busy.
Well, whatever. It doesn't have to be today. It goes before council.
Yeah.
She'll bring it back to council on Tuesday.
18 Pryor.
How many copies, Steve, you said you wanted, construction documents, how many copies do you want of those?
Of the detail plan?
Yeah,
Just two.
full size, half size?
Half size is fine.
Okay. I'll bring those two.
Don't worry, I haven't stopped signing
You
because you're
progressed
talking.
without me. I appreciate it.
I'm trying to keep this thing going here. Because I know we have another meeting at 5:30, so. And I just want to service the public best we can, as quick as we can, so.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, back to where we were. We're going to number 3 now.
Make a
Can I get a
motion.
motion? We enter into public hearing.
Make a motion, we
I
enter
got a
public
motion. Do I have
hearing.
a second?
Second.
I got a second. Call for a vote.
Dunham,
Yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Alves Watts,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
All right, we're entering a public hearing for a zoning change for Chase McBride, lot number 12, and the northerly 10 feet of the lot number 13, and the block numbered 11 in the incorporated town of Pryor Creek, Mays County, state of Oklahoma, according to the official recorded survey and plat of file thereof, and it is better known as 106 North Row. Current zoning is RM, residential multifamily. Application is requesting the zone to be changed to CG, commercial general, for him to operate his law office there. And so for this part, we're gonna sit there and say, is there anyone?
Is there anyone here?
How close is the CG to it? Touching.
It touches, yeah.
Is it the lot just to the south?
Yes. Yeah, I looked at that too. All right, if there's no one else from the audience, can I get a motion to exit public hearing?
So move.
Second.
Got a motion, got a second, no further discussion.
That was Miller and Clancy.
Yep,
Dunham,
yes.
Ragsdale,
Yes.
Clancy,
Yes.
Alves Watts,
Yes.
and Miller.
Yes.
Okay, number 4, discuss and possible recommend to council action regarding the zoning change to CG Commercial General for Chase McBride, lot number 12, and the northerly 10 feet of the lot number 13 in the block numbered 11 to the incorporated town of Pryor Creek, Mays County, state of Oklahoma, according to the official recorded survey and plat file thereof of 106 North Row. All right. Want to say anything since you're?
I do, because I want to show my pictures, because I've spent a lot of money making this thing look nice. Oh my gosh, and now I can finally show somebody. All right, so Trey Larimore and I bought this property about 2 years ago. It was completely dilapidated. The thing had dirt floors in it. Somebody had purchased it before us. They decided it was too much trouble after putting in one pier. And so we picked it up at a pretty good discount, but it needed a lot of work. About a year into it, we decided, hey, this can actually be a pretty cool office after we saw a couple of the Midtown Tulsa homes renovated. And so we started doing that, and then my negotiations with my partners came up in December, about the time we were finishing this up. I decided, you know what, this looks really cool. I really want to go over there. So a lot of rumors go around town, small deal. My split with my firm was extremely amicable, solely business, great friends, still refer stuff. Solely came down to business and the fact that I really think this is a cool office, and I'm so excited to show it. All right, so my approach, do you guys care? I'll just walk through here. So we've got reception, I'll show you too. even though you're not on board. We've got where my office is right now, and then we've got my cool conference room, right?
Very.
Isn't that cool?
It is nice. I like the artwork.
That's my wife. I'll give her credit. All right, so this is what was the living room at one point. So we've put this into a reception area. We've got my office, and then we've got the conference room, which is, by the time we finish this, I will argue with anybody, this is probably the nicest law office northeast of Tulsa in the state of Oklahoma, and I've been in all of them.
South of Kansas. west
South of Kansas, yeah, probably up to Joplin at least. So we haven't done anything on the outside because of the zoning. Obviously, we didn't want to do any type of parking or anything like that if it was going to remain residential. Inside, it's ready to go. Admittedly, I've been operating in it for about a month and a half at this point. So, do what you
Ah,
want.
la, la, la.
I figured worst case scenario, I'll throw a bed in it and say it's my residence if needed. But we're kind of at the point now that we need it to either be rezoned or we need to flip this thing back into a house. I've also done a little bit of research regarding a couple of the other law offices. There is Terry Allen's office, which is actually equivalent, if you look at a latitude, longitude, to where this house is. On the next street over on Van, and then the next street over is Paul Blevins' office, which is also equivalent on a latitude, longitude on Adair. So this is doing nothing more but rezoning what Van and Adair already are. Frankly, being a Pryor guy, I've been invited to multiple Main Street meetings. What can we do to grow Pryor? Part of that is we need to expand the downtown area. This is the only logical step. Trey and I have looked for multiple investments commercially, cannot find them, so this is what we decided to go with. So with that, I request the rezoning so that we can basically grow Pryor, get another law office in town, as I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna be seeing 4 of those go under, just because of the age. Our Bar Association in Mays County is exceptionally old if you look at the average ages for the state of Oklahoma. So this is one way to keep a younger generation here. So with that, request you guys approve it.
For the record, I was mowing that yard too.
Hey, you might be,
I was mowing it for my mowing business that me and my kids have.
and I will say, I've talked to the
Tree.
neighbors. Obviously, Terry Allward is directly across. They're thrilled. They love everything. The next door neighbor, gosh, his mind slips me all the time. He's a counselor, but he works from home. He's thrilled. He actually kept an eye on it for us during construction because he was just so happy to see something come in. I don't know if you guys remember what this looked like 2 years ago.
Oh, I do.
It was collapsing on itself. And this house, we cannot find the actual time it was built. The record with the county is 1925, but when we gutted the walls, the stamp had an electrical stamp of 1913. And when you, obviously when you build a house in phases. This electric didn't appear to go through anything. It went around, indicating it was probably installed after. So we think the house was actually pre-1913.
Wow.
So Terry Allward told us, he's done a little research because he was interested in the paper. He thinks it's the oldest standing house, maybe structure in Pryor. So it's been exciting. It's been unbelievably frustrating from both a watching it barely move and from a financial standpoint, watching that drain. If we knew what this would have been, we definitely would have blown it up at the start. But we have completed it, and now we like it rezoned. And if anyone has questions, I can answer whatever.
Anybody got any questions? All right, if we don't have any questions, does anyone have a motion for us?
Make a motion, we approve the residential multifamily change to commercial general.
Second.
All right, I have a motion, I have a second. Any further discussion? Being none, call for a vote.
Denham.
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Clancy.
Yes.
Alves.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Okay.
With your permission, I will leave.
Well, being that we can't do number 7 since it's a special meeting, we can't do unforeseen business. So number 8, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Call for,
Stand up,
call for a quick vote.
Denham.
Yes.
Ragsdale.
Yes.
Clancy.
Yes.
Alves.
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.